As a kid, Mario Brothers was my freaking childhood. I had both a Nintendo DS and a Nintendo Wii growing up, and I had a lot of games, sure, but all I ever wanted to play was Super Mario Brothers, Mario Kart, or even Donkey Kong Country Returns. I always remember when I would play Super Mario Bros. With literally anyone, whether it be on the DS or the Wii version, I would be the only one who would hold the button down so Mario would go fast, and everyone would get pissed off at me. Because apparently it's very difficult to just do this. There was also this thing on the DS version where you could connect two DSs together and like do these little rounds where you collect a certain amount of stars or whatever, and whoever collect the amount of stars you were supposed to get wins. And me, my brothers, and my friends, whoever I played with, we were all assholes to each other while playing that. Because they're trying to get all these stars, and if you jump on your opponent, you can steal their star. As for some older consoles, my grandma used to have an N64 when I was very young, before I was even in kindergarten, but I don't remember her having any Mario games. A friend of mine also had a Super Nintendo, and we would play the Mario games he had on there, but honestly, I couldn't tell you which ones I played specifically. I do remember there was a Mario Brothers game though, I just don't know which one. And there was also one point as a kid where I watched some of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. It was not a good show. And after all these years, Nintendo finally gave in and decided to do Super Mario Brothers on the big screen once again, but this time, do it right. And they decided to team up with a studio that did Sing, The Secret Life of Pets, and Minions The Rise of Gru. Which, by the way, fuck everyone who did Gentle Minions. You almost made me give up on humanity. And yeah, that was the only thing I was very skeptical about going in was Illumination. Oh, and I also haven't seen the terrible 90s movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. I was gonna try to watch it before this one came out, but I ran out of time and just didn't want to. You guys also do not know how hyped I was for this movie. If this movie did not turn out good, I was gonna be so freaking mad. And I think this is the first Illumination movie I've been really excited for since I was like 9 years old and Despicable Me 2 was coming out. And to say this movie didn't give me everything I wanted to see as a longtime Mario fan would be a freaking lie. I can't say this is a great movie, but I absolutely loved it. And I knew I was going to really enjoy it right when the movie started off exactly how I wanted it to. Like this.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
I just had a big smile on my face from the moment this movie started to the moment it ended. If I was to see this movie as a kid, there would be a very likely chance that this would have been one of my favorite movies. Every little detail of the Mushroom Kingdom was just so imaginative. From the character designs, some of the different worlds they go to even little things like the flowers everywhere being able to give them power-ups like in the game, you can tell Nintendo made damn sure that this was as accurate to the games as possible. I even liked how random things from the games are used in everyday life for these characters. I love how they use the iconic green pipes to get from one place to another. I think it's really funny how to get currency, they had to constantly hit the question mark boxes, and they even have the floating bricks as bridges. I even loved it how the Toads would start joking with Mario that, oh yeah, the princess is over there in another castle, which really makes no sense because there's only one castle in the kingdom. All of the voice acting is just damn near perfect. And to get this out of the way, Chris Pratt actually wasn't that bad as Mario. After a while, I didn't even notice it. Plus, I think if it was the original voice of Mario for 90 minutes, it would probably get a little annoying after a bit. And I've never done this before, but I literally picked out my top 3 favorite performances in the entire movie. Number 3, Charlie Day as Luigi. Number 2, Jack Black as Bowser. And number 1, without a doubt, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Yeah, it is Seth Rogen, and you do hear his voice most of the time, but he nailed the voice of Donkey Kong so well that when he showed up, he made the movie 10 times better, and I was already having so much fun with it. And that does lead up to a very fun chase scene involving Mario Karts. But by far, my favorite character in the entire movie was Luma. He's not in it much, but every time he was on screen, he was just freaking killing me, because he's just a little sociopath, and all he wants is to die. I was also unaware until seeing this movie that apparently Magic Koopa has an actual name. Did anyone else know that? If you were to really dissect this movie for whatever reason, I guess you could say the story was kind of generic, but have you ever met someone who played the Mario games for the story? And I guess the screenplay was done by the guy who did the Lego Movie 2, and I mention that because the plot for Mario is a little similar to that movie in a way. I did have one major issue though, and that was the fact that the movie has a soundtrack comprised of 80s rock, and never once did it fit. Especially when they played AC/DC's Thunderstruck, and I don't know the name of the music, but it was used in Kill Bill Volume 1 where they're walking down the hallway in slow-mo, and just by saying that, you should probably know what I'm talking about. And this is gonna sound a little weird, the movie is only 92 minutes long, and I honestly wish it was a little bit longer. I don't know, maybe it's because I was enjoying it so much. I wanted to see so much more from this world and these characters. But who knows, maybe they do a sequel to this movie, they'll expand on the universe much more, which is probably going to happen because this movie's supposed to dominate at the box office this weekend. Which sucks for me because I work in a movie theater, and on top of this movie, we also have Air, which has this on Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm gonna have a fun weekend. Oh, and one quick spoiler. Okay, not really a spoiler, it's a joke in the movie, but it's a really good joke, so if you haven't seen the movie, go to this point in the video.
You'll meet Coopers and Troopers, the princess and the others. Hanging with the plumbers, you'll be hooked on the brothers to the bridge.
Okay, so you know the scene where Bowser is playing a piano, and he's singing about how much he loves Peach? All I can think of the entire time is, it's Tenacious B. But anyway, I just had a friggin' blast with this movie. It gave me everything I wanted to see from it, and I couldn't ask for anything more. I would say you need to go see this, especially if you're a Mario fan like me, but you already decided that you're gonna go see this. I think most everyone is probably going to enjoy this, whether it be kids or adults, and this is the perfect movie to go see this Easter weekend. And I legit feel real awful for any kid who's gonna be dragged to see His Only Son this weekend, and not the Mario Bros. Movie. Which, by the way, I have not seen that movie yet, but I don't plan on seeing it. And I've never done this before, but I probably should do it more often. I'm gonna give this movie 2 different grades. I guess for my actual grade, I'll give it a B+, and for my entertainment grade, without a doubt, A+. And yes, I'm still gonna play the music. I also thought of this the other day. Just imagine there's that one person going to see Mario Brothers this weekend who has no idea what Mario Brothers is, if that's even possible. Yeah, I don't know. There's these 2 plumber guys who are dressed like farmers. For whatever reason, the dog from Up is in the movie. They're in this mushroom land. They gotta fight this giant turtle guy. There's these little mushroom kids everywhere. Monkeys, and I don't know, there's a princess. I guess that's pretty normal. One more thing, and very off topic, a friend of mine introduced me to something. And that something was Hip Hop Henry. I didn't even know this existed. But it's probably going to be the next Trev Watches video after I get done editing the one that I already made and I get that one posted. But anyway guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and I'll be back later with my review of the movie Air. And I'll see you then.